Hey, it's a new day and welcome back to my channel. Good morning. It is already 10:17. About to start some projects, but that's so typical for me to be starting projects this late in the morning. It takes that long just to get everybody up, dressed, combed, fed, you know, the house tidied up. I did a load of laundry, made the boys baked oatmeal for breakfast, tidied up the kitchen. In fact, this is what the kitchen looked like here just half an hour ago. So I'm finally reset for the day and I'm gonna start on some house projects. I think we're gonna start in the kitchen here and then we'll move on to some other things. By no means is this going to be a day of my life because I have a newborn and 3 other children, 6 and under, so my projects just start and stop in fits and spurts. It's just kind of how it works. So we'll talk more about that. I'm gonna save a lot of that for chatting with you while we're actually working. I'll do some voiceovers and stuff and we can hang out together and get some things off of our to-do list because I have some thoughts, but we'll get into that in a little bit. My goal here in the kitchen this morning is not even that big of a project. It is just to get my kitchen more smartly organized. Currently over here I have these nice long pantry shelf type things, and in here I keep my baking supplies, which are disorganized at the moment, which we'll get to that. But then I also have like noodles and pasta and different things like that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get that out of the way because over here in this drawer behind you guys I have my cake decorating supplies and more like bakey stuff that I think should go with this, so we can maybe put that up here. See, like pancake mix and stuff. I feel like that needs to get moved over here to this pantry area, but this pantry area is already very full and disorganized, as you can see. I'm not even giving you close-up shots because we don't need that. You'll see as I get into it. But yeah, this kitchen looks big. It looks like it has a lot of space, but it's just not set up very smartly. So the goal is to have all my baking supplies and ingredients in one column for the most part, and then we will do the pantry items in here and here. But then that means I'm gonna have to use this column, the third column here, for food as well. So my cookbooks need to go. I'll probably put them over there where my current cake decorating stuff is, and move like the panini press and some of those things out to our pantry area in the laundry. Out there currently there's just like overflow from like when we do a Costco, Sam's Club run or something, and their boxes are too big to like fit in here. Crock pots, yeah, I don't know. I kind of have a plan in my head, but who knows how it's gonna look. But before we get started, I'm going to set a gallon of water on the sink and I'm gonna make it cute and pretty, and we're gonna drink out of that all day. I'm doing so terrible with my water intake lately, and I thought maybe spicing it up a little bit would be fun. I like to do this periodically just because it makes the kitchen prettier and it makes drinking water more fun, and why not? I have some tired looking lemons in the fridge, so we're gonna do that, and some what I call meadow tea. Maybe you guys would call it mint. Mint lemon water sounds really good. And then I also have, I like to use these blackberries as ice cubes. They're a little bit seedy to eat fresh, so I just kind of freeze them. They're from a blackberry patch we have on our property that was there when we moved, and it's so nice. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. Not really sure if the blackberries are gonna make much flavor difference, but it sure is pretty. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this should be fun, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel the pressure of getting things done as fast as possible because my newborn is sleeping at the moment, taking a nap, and Josh is home doing some woodworking. He's building me a table. More on that later in a little bit. And so he's home here for a couple hours, and the boys are out there with him watching and being entertained by all the stuff in the shop. So
Mom, Daddy was a cup of water and the baby's crying. Mom, the baby's crying.
uh-oh, already. Have not even opened a cupboard and they already need me. Mom life, it's the best. Did you have fun? Did you have fun watching Daddy? Did you have fun? Are you a little worker boy now? A little worker boy now? Okay, I just curled up on my chair here and I am so excited to talk with you all as I get some stuff done. Let me know down below in the comments if there's anything particular that you're working on so we can just kind of feel like we're hanging out together. By the way, it's so good. I don't have the sound on here. I love all the pretty sounds of, you know, dishes clinking and all that kind of stuff, but trust me, you did not want to hear my house at the moment. Currently, our washer is dying or in the process of dying, and there's like a bearing loose or something, and so whenever it goes through a spin cycle, it's literally deafening. I have to close the laundry door and then it's still super loud. So anyway, I was listening to that sound at this exact moment as the spin cycle finished up, but that was good because then the laundry was done. And you're gonna see how unproductive I am today, and you'll see why. I mean, look at all the cute little kids in my life. Josh had just picked up a dirt bike off of Facebook Marketplace. No, it did not work. No, Fletcher couldn't even drive it for 1 minute because it was a scam, but whatever. Josh paid half price off of the already very, very reduced price, and he still thinks he could probably get it working. But anyway, back to the task at hand. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. I literally just dumped a whole bunch of stuff all over the floor. Let's play that back. Oh my goodness. But it really wasn't that big of a deal. I did scare the baby. The big loud crash definitely startled him, but you know, you just pick it back up and get back to work again. What happened was the oils like kind of spilled in the bottom of the box and made it soft. So I just cleaned that all up, wiped it out, and I actually used tape to salvage the bottom of the box. This is more of a target of knowing where to put things and not so much as an actual container that I haul around, so it's fine. Now that I know the boxes aren't that sturdy to have such heavy oils and stuff in, I won't be lifting it out that way without supporting the bottom. And then once I had the shelves cleaned out, I went ahead and wiped them all down. I did grow up with lots of, you know, cleaning days with a bucket of Pine Sol water, but I like to use Blue Land lately, and we'll talk more about them later. We need a step ladder. I have told Josh several times, and then bless his heart, he bought me one and it just slid all around the floor. It didn't have very like gummy feet, and so every time you would use it, it would like go out from under you, which is very disconcerting when you're up high trying to get something off of a shelf, you know. But I cleared everything off the shelves and was running out of space on my counter, so we had to move over to the table. Here I am getting all the salty stuff out. It was kind of organized like sweets and salty. That's kind of how I was doing it, and I like that system. It's just, it needed some tender love and care. But yeah, sometimes the simplest tasks can look so daunting when you're a mom of multiple little kids because they're just so needy, I guess what you'll say, especially with a baby, you know. You never know. You can't predict their schedule very well, which is why I always like to feed on a schedule and not on demand, so I kind of know when their wake windows are and their sleep windows. But when they're this young, the schedule's still very subject to change, and so you really can't plan too much. But he did like his swing. Literally the next week he rejected his swing and decided he doesn't like it anymore, so I had to come up with new ways to occupy him. I'm not a huge baby wearer when it comes to stuff like this because I like to work with two hands, and I feel like even if you're wearing a baby, especially if you want them to stay awake, you kind of have to wrap them in such a way that you kind of need an extra hand just to support them. But I love baby wearing when it comes to going on walks and things like that. It's actually one of my favorite things of being a mom, and baby wearing is such a short season. I don't know, I just will always look back on those times with fond memories. I just use a very, very inexpensive baby sling, or it's actually a wrap, not a sling. It is from the Sevens brand, and I got it before Evonnie was born, and I've used it for all the kids so far. Sorry for chatting your ear off about random things, but you guys can clearly see what's going on here. I don't have a ton of crazy earth-shattering tips, just to know what attitude to go into any projects like this as a mom of lots of kids. Go in with a very flexible attitude, knowing that, you know, you're not going to get near as much done as you thought. You got your belly.
Yes.
No, it isn't. Oh my goodness, having a 2-year-old and a baby is no joke, but it's so cute watching him learn how to love on his brother and, yes, learn how to be gentle and how to treat a baby. Then I just moved over to that cabinet above the sink. That's where I keep my junk drawer, which is a really weird spot. I acknowledge it, but I don't have any drawers that I can sacrifice and use as a junk drawer, at least not for now. I'm still considering, there's another drawer I'm considering moving things around to, but that's enough for today. Anyway, my water trick worked really well, and as the berries and stuff sat in there all day, it turned the water pink. The kids wanted to drink it, and they drank so much more water that day just seeing the pretty drink on the counter. I feel like if you did this every day, it would lose its novelty, but maybe once a week, pull this trick out of your hat and see how much water your kids drink. It's great, and they don't beg for juice or anything either. I mean, we're pretty much a zero juice house anyway for the most part, but I don't know, it just makes drinking a lot more fun, and it gets them nice and hydrated. But if you're a potty training mom like me, you know, there might be some ramifications in that department too. And then I made a cute little lunch and took it out to the men, the boys. Fletcher wheeled it out with his little wagon, and they sat in the shade and ate lunch there, and it just looked too inviting. I wanted to join them, so I sat out there with them for a little while too and just enjoyed nature and a little bit of calm because I knew that I had really not even started my project, and it was already 12:30. Still hadn't even moved anything around, just pretty much got the stuff cleaned out of the cupboards. So I still had a lot ahead of me and was feeling a little discouraged knowing that I still had so much to do. So you've been seeing me use my multi-surface cleaner. This is from Blueland, and I love that their packaging is not single-use plastic. Right now I actually have a code for you guys. You have to use the code that's down below, or I'll put the QR code on the screen as well. And when you use that, you're gonna get 15% off of one of their kits. I've been using their multi-surface, their bathroom cleaner, and their window cleaner for so long and really love it, but I recently got into some of their other kits. We love their dishwasher tablets. They come in like this really nice tin that you can just reorder the tablets and put them right in there. And I've also recently started using their toilet bowl cleaner. Love that too. The packaging is just perfect. Again, no single-use plastic. And I'm not gonna endorse it yet because I haven't used it long enough, but I also ordered recently their laundry detergent. We're gonna try that out too and see what we think. So far, I've really loved Blueland. I've been using Blueland for years and they actually work on the toughest stains, and my kids, I feel safe for them using them as well because they like to clean the bathrooms and like they just love anything with a spray bottle. They think it's extra fun. So I get them to do windows sometimes, although I have to come behind them, you know the drill. They have hand soap and it's super affordable, $2.25 to fill up a whole bottle with one of their tablets. Basically the way it works is they're not shipping water to you. You have to water at your house, so you just use their tablets and you dissolve them in water. All their products are made with naturally derived clean ingredients and they're sourced without parabens, phosphates, ammonias, VOCs, chlorine bleach, or phthalates, and they're all cradle to cradle certified. So yeah, we all clean, and if you wanna make it a little more fun, freshen up your routine a little bit, why not order some Blueland, especially with that 15% off. I know you guys will get hooked just like I have. Guys, it's crazy. It is already 12:33. I haven't put one thing back yet. I haven't reorganized one thing. I just gotten everything out of my cupboards. That's literally all I've gotten done. I can't believe it. This is the life. I mean, you've seen why. It's just all kinds of, we'll call them distractions, but not really, because it's real life and it's my biggest goal. That's why I dread sometimes starting projects, because I know they could take a while. You know, I might have to do them just halfway and not as perfectly as I'd like to, just because of all the real life that happens. So I know some of you guys totally understand. But anyway, I think we're getting to the fun part now where I can start putting things away and reorganizing, putting things where I like them, and we'll see what we think. Mid-project pick me up. You guys love peanut M&Ms? They hit. My favorite and also absolutely most hated thing is throwing away expired or stale or, I don't know, unused food that we're never gonna eat. I don't know why, it's just so, yeah, it gives me like a little dopamine rush. But I also try to do this mindfully as I'm cleaning up in a pantry and think, why am I having to throw this out? Because every time you throw away food, obviously you're wasting money. And I feel like it should be a little bit of a learning lesson. Like, why am I throwing this out, wasting the money? What can I do next time to make sure I don't stock too much of one thing, or don't buy that flavor again, nobody likes it, etc., etc. And sometimes the simple answer is just, I didn't know I had it. You know, I was too lazy, I didn't bother digging around in my pantry, which also comes down to organization. If everything's organized and these shelves are not super deep, I should not have anything hidden away from me. But yeah, I just take that extra time to look before I add it to my grocery list. Some of the time I might actually have it in there. As you can see, I have a very strong love for mason jars. I have tons of empty mason jars in the basement waiting for me anytime I need them. And I feel like they make great organization for dry goods. I mean, who needs all the fancy canisters and stuff? Although I am pretty partial to my modular mates from Tupperware. They're just the best. But I do have some pretty containers that I invested in over the years, and I will link the ones below that have become my favorite as well. That way you guys can have them too. They're my tried and trues, and they are tested and approved by me. And most of them are really pretty too. Okay, so there's the baking cabinet, and then here is the pantry. Again, I have another set of pantry stuff that's just like leftovers in another section, like bulk items. But This is our grab and go style pantry. And up here, it's pretty much empty except for pasta, but I would like to stock up on more pasta, so I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm not gonna move anything over there. And then above our baking items, I have, like you saw, the chocolate, we have tea, that kind of thing. But now I have to decide what to do because I emptied out this drawer right by my kitchen sink, which is prime real estate. We've been using this as our junk drawer. It's right there, easy to grab. So I'm trying to decide what I want to put there. I still have all of our junk drawer contents there. I think what I'm going to do with all of the cake decorating stuff, since I use it so rarely, is I need to get a big bin and I'm going to take it down to my canning jar shelves and put them down there because I don't reach for this stuff. Like, I mean, how often in a week do I need sprinkles? 0 times most of the time, you know? Even my little bundt pans and all of that. So I think that's going to all go in a bin, but I don't have a bin at the moment, so I need to get one and put those in the basement, and then we'll just bring the whole bin up when we need it. And then I think the junk drawer is just going to have to go back here because it's like we want to be able to reach it easily. Honestly, I'm kind of over it all. Like, I did the part that was the most important to me, and now I'm just like kind of stuck. I'm not really sure what to do next. Maybe I will move my cookbooks over here and my servingware, then I can move that down and have more space for it so I don't have to be lifting heavy stuff up to that height, and then just call it a day. Okay, I'm done for now. I just piled all of the cake decorating stuff in this box. I'm gonna take that down to the jar shelves. So that's essentially how I made more room. I seriously opened a can of worms. I have so many different areas now that I'm like, this connects to that. And like I have a coffee station over here I should probably go through. And then I have my other pantry. I would love to do my canning shelves. Like, it's just not ever gonna feel done, which that's kind of what you expect when you work on a kitchen and move things around in your kitchen. So you just kind of have to live with it and see how it works, that kind of thing. I took a break just now and put the boys down for naps, fed the baby, and as I was putting them down for their naps, I read them this book. Guys, I love Bill Pete, and if you are familiar with this book at all, it's just about a little red caboose who is always go, 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 clicky clack down the track, always behind the train. He's going in and out of cities and busy, 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 and as he's going, he just looks and sees all these little peaceful houses and trees and cabins in the woods and stuff, and just thinks how wonderful it would be to live there and just to relax and have nothing to do and nowhere to be. And I think us as moms can probably totally relate to the red caboose feeling. At the end of the book, he finally gets stuck in the trees because he gets loose from his train, and he gets to live his epic little life there in the trees in the quiet with the birds. And I think us as moms know how wonderful that would feel. But I think that's why it's important, you know, even when we are having our quiet time, our solitude, maybe reading a book or relaxing, there's still a list in our head of things that needs to happen. And so even moments like this are super temporary. So I think that's why it's really important to just enjoy, find parts and elements about your job and about your work and your role as a homemaker that you can actually enjoy. You know, enjoy the work, make it fun. If you aren't looking forward to it, maybe play some music or make some pretty water to, you know, jazz it up a little bit. Maybe do something with a friend. You guys can both sew together, or promise yourself that if you get everything decluttered, you're gonna drop it all off that very day and then maybe go to a park or do something fun with the kids, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're not gonna get a lot of moments like this as a homemaker, but I think that's fine. We have our health and our energy and our vigor now, we might as well use it. So that's enough for today, but later on this week, I think we're gonna hit my closet. Oh, look at the disco ball. See all the dots going? I love it, I love it. Another way to make a vibe happen while you're doing menial, mundane tasks, you know? Why not? Welcome to my closet. I'm letting you in very apprehensively. No, if you could see my whole closet, you'll see it in a second here. It's actually very spacious, nice and big, plenty of room for my stuff and Josh's as well. But yeah, I was not planning to do this today at all. My sister-in-law just WhatsApped me and was saying that she would love if I would put some stuff at her garage sale she's having this weekend. Somebody backed out and she has extra space. And I had this on my list for next week to do, but I'm like seriously wondering if I'm putting this off because I think it's gonna take forever and ever, and it might not be that long of a project. Like, I don't know. Watch me get it done faster than I think. I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through everything here in just a bit and show you guys what I'm getting rid of and do kind of like an anti-haul, like why I'm getting rid of it. Maybe don't buy these things in the future, Megan. Kind of like learn the hard way, learn the lessons, and don't do that again. I do have everything organized by color. I have all my skirts here, all my tops here. My tops are sorted by color, and then my dresses are over here sorted by color. That just works the best for me. Also, I do not put my seasonal stuff, like my winter things, I'm not gonna put them away. My closet's plenty big. I can keep them here, just maybe in a different section, or like I keep my folded long sleeve stuff up here all year round because there's campfires and things. You kind of want a hoodie once in a while, you know? So I don't really have a summer wardrobe and a winter wardrobe. It's just kind of all here. And then Josh has his things back here. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. And yeah, it's very untidy at the moment. But that just means the before and the after will be that much more dramatic. So most of us know, especially if you guys did a mock capsule wardrobe like I did a couple times here on my channel, you guys know that one of the biggest rules is to not keep things that don't fit. But what no one talks about is us women that are constantly changing sizes because we're constantly pregnant. Yeah, so I'm postpartum and just exiting my 4th trimester, as they say. And so I know, like, I'm just now getting back into the gym. I'm going to continue changing over the next couple months. I'm planning on breastfeeding my baby till he's a year old, so I really can't hit the weight loss too hard until after that, which I'm totally fine with. It's a season of life and like whatever. So I'm not going to get rid of all the clothes that don't necessarily fit me perfectly right at this moment. I'm gonna hope that I naturally lose some weight over the summer like it usually happens. Whether I'm postpartum or not, I often will lose a little weight over the summer. Just, I think it's all the fresh produce and maybe the heat. I'm not as hungry as quickly. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm out and about and I'm more busy and getting a lot more exercise. I'm not sure, but it kind of happens that way for whatever reason. So no, I'm not getting rid of all my skirts that maybe should be a half a size bigger or something like that. I'll just maybe style them a little differently, wear longer shirts in the back. I've really been getting into the long button down shirts that you can tuck them in the front, gives you some shape in your waist, and then you can let it out in the back and it kind of covers your butt up. So I've been doing that some, and yeah, it's just kind of a hard season to navigate. I like want to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight like ASAP, but the times that I've tried that in the past with my other babies, I just know it's not worth the stress because my milk will start to tank, and that is really, there's no word really to describe it. It's almost like a helpless feeling. So I just have to be a little bit careful. I started working out again a little bit, and I still am eating a decent amount. I eat when I'm hungry, whatever. So yeah, it's just all in the season. So if you're not exactly at the place you'd like to be, just know I feel ya. I feel ya, and it won't always be that way. Also, I don't know what you think of the outfit I'm wearing today, but it cracked me up. This tee and skirt, I forgot both of them. I totally forgot that I had them. And when I started digging around in my closet because I was so frustrated I could not find outfits that flattered me or that I felt good in, I realized that a midi skirt and tee is a really nice option. It's super comfortable and it's kind of dressy, kind of casual, like kind of works for any situation. And I randomly paired these two together and I really like them. It almost looks like they came together. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna find if you actually set it aside a little bit of time to experiment and mix and match with things that you already have in your closet. I did want to say my closet is nice sized and it's pretty full. I have a section that I keep in the corner of what I call my nostalgic dresses, like my wedding dress, bridesmaids dresses, a few random like special pieces I've had over the years, like a high school dress or two that I want to keep so someday Evonnie could have them for her. Like if her youth group's doing like a I guess it won't be 1900s. What am I saying? It'll be like the 2020s. Haha, look what they used to wear back in the 2020s. How hilarious. You know, even some of my high school outfits are cracking me up now. Like, what? We used to wear that back in 2010s, and that's only been 10 years ago. So it is kind of crazy how styles change. Even when you're modest and a Mennonite and somewhat old-fashioned, you still kind of change your style with what's going on around you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of the way it is. But anyway, I have a section of that. And then I also have a lot of clothes in here that I did not even buy myself. As you know, I have a YouTube channel, and therefore I sometimes get to work with brands. They'll send me stuff for free. Yeah, so I know that I'm very blessed in this department, and some of the outfits that I have in here, or the dresses, different things, maybe aren't my cup of tea necessarily, or I thought I would like them. I was told to pick out some stuff to show, and then I just never really did. I don't know, it's constantly a learning experiment. And so yes, I know that part is not quite as common, but I am really appreciative. I have a lot of really pretty special occasion dresses that just how many special occasion dresses does one gal need, you know? I mean, I go to church every Sunday, but they don't necessarily wear out, if you know what I mean. So it was time to just pass some of my less favorite ones along. Even though I liked most of them, it's just, why keep them if I'm not gonna wear them if I have things that I like more and better, you know? And as I'm decluttering here, I pretty much just have two piles. One that's going to a consignment store that gives you, I believe it's 40% of what they sell their items for. And so all the things that are new with tags or in perfect condition are still like in season and style, they're going to the consignment store. And then I have a trash pile. And then anything that the consignment store doesn't take, I drop off at a local thrift store that takes anything. And I'll just make sure I don't have anything in the pile that's like worn out or used up or anything like that. Obviously, things that I wouldn't want to buy. So I felt like there was some pretty good stuff in this. So if you're a local, maybe you picked up a piece or two of mine at Fashion Sense, who knows? And I will link all my favorite closet organization items. I have different hangers that I like. The velvet hangers are wonderful. I have some skirt hangers, and I love this organization bin that I put my t-shirts in. I can fold them and kind of see the colors. And yes, I have more t-shirts than one person could need, but they're kind of fun. I have them already. I didn't declutter them too ruthlessly, honestly, because I feel like summertime, they're just such an easy outfit to grab, and they totally can express the mood that you're in for that day. We're gonna do this. We are going to rally and keep right on going. And then I lied, that's not all of my clothes. My underwear, socks, gym outfits and stuff I've been keeping in my end table, which sounds really dumb, but I've been trying to look on Facebook Marketplace to find like a chest of drawers to go inside the closet area. It doesn't have to be pretty, but I just want something in there that can organize my smaller items like socks, underwear, slips, kind of random stuff like that, belts and stuff. And so yeah, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace for weeks and weeks, and I actually stumbled across a solution here accidentally. I had a cubicle system in my daughter's room that was not being used, and so I just pulled that out for like a quick solution for now. But guys, it's working great. I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. I don't love that I have clothing in two places now. One here in this by the steps closet, and then the rest over in our actual walk-in closet. I don't love that, but it's working great. And I think for now, I mean, yes, if I stumble across a chest of drawers that works, I may pick it up. But for now, this is working really well, and I can't complain. And you know, what do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention. There we go. This is working great, and I love the finished product. I know where everything is at. Okay, real life, this is a disaster, but there's actually a method to the madness. Over here is a bag of what I would call nostalgic things. Like this is my wedding shoes and my other wedding shoes. I had two different pairs, so I'm gonna keep them, but I'm not gonna wear them. They're just like, I wanna keep them. And then here are some dresses that I sewed that I'm not gonna be wearing anymore. Some things that maybe show a little bit of wear, like this bag is not perfect, you know? And then over here, I have a few dresses that did not work for whatever reason, mostly because of sizing. But they're really good quality, and I really want to pass them on to someone, and so that's where those are going. And then I have about 6 skirts. Mostly I am getting rid of them because of length. I just like them a little bit longer. This one just picked up lint all the time, even though I love this black skirt from Amazon. I'll actually link it. It's Lexi jeans, and I sized up to an 8, and I just love it, but I wouldn't get it in black. It just picks up too much lint. So you can I definitely recommend this skirt, just maybe not in that color. And then this one I just haven't found myself wearing. And this one was fun. It's like a color block skirt, but it has a slit, as you can see. And so it was just too much work to wear. Always having to layer something underneath a jean skirt was just not, like, it's more of a summertime, funky, fun looking thing, you know? And so who wants another layer in the summer? And then this was another Amazon skirt that it shrunk kind of and got short. And this one was a maxi skirt, and I just don't wear maxi denim skirts. I tried it, it's not for me. And so it's like, I think it still has the sticker on. We're going to take that to a consignment and hopefully get a good price for it. So I've learned my lesson there. It's fun to branch out and experiment, especially with kind of the job I have. But then sometimes you get burned, you know, you never know. And then here are some tops that I've either worn and don't wear anymore, or I never wore at all. So first I'm going to take them all to the consignment store, see if they will take them, and if they don't, then I'll just drop them off at the thrift store. And then down here are the shoes that I'm getting rid of. These I really liked. They're just a little too big for me, and so I'm not going to grow into them. So I'm going to just pass them on. These boots I wore for years and years. Got them at Kohl's on Black Friday in like 2016, but I don't wear them anymore, and they're in really good condition yet, even though I wore them so often. And yeah, just some sneakers and stuff. So I'm going to pile these all in the car and see what we get for them. Yeah, show me which one you got. Good job. Watch for a little bit. Okay, so yes, I bought my plants before I even had a place to plant them. That's Lancaster County for you. The plants like go like that, especially herbs and even the jalapenos, I think. The one place was really getting low. So I have a few here and I'm gonna go back for some more, but I wanted to get a few that I for sure needed. And we have a new setup this year for our little garden beds. I'll show them to you here. I didn't know how much it could fit, so I wanted to wait and see. Also, my son got some bean plants from my mom and he wants to plant them. He's like on to that. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do the green beans in the raised beds here or if we're just gonna put them in some pots or something. I would love to do eventually an herb wall over here. Maybe that'll be a project for Josh for next spring, but like have a vertical wall here at the patio, and we can have like the herbs going up and down. It can kind of cover up that siding and also our air conditioner here. I think that'd be a good idea, but for now it's not happening. Every spring, the race is on to get all the things done before summer. I feel like at summertime, you just really run out of time. You have trips, you have regular mowing to do, and it's just like, yeah, we felt the real need to push and try to get a lot of things done. There you just saw us planting a little strip of flowers. We had this little patch we didn't really know what to do with, and we decided wildflowers would be the best thing for this spot. And then we also wanted to find a new solution for our herb beds. We just never really had a great one, and we decided not to do wood, even though we found a nice guy on Facebook Marketplace that was gonna build some for us. We decided that we thought wood might rot a little too quickly, and we found these on Amazon at a great price in so many different colors. Sorry. Josh is currently loading up barrel after barrel of dirt from our dirt pile over here, and he's filling up our raised beds. Here is what they are looking like. I will link them for you. It was super cool. We used up our pavers that used to be here at our patio, and he just lugged them down. He's been working so hard this spring. It's crazy. So much stuff to do. Pressure washing. He's building me a table. He's building me this pad here, all this stuff. But anyway, he was able to use the pavers and plop them here to give us a nice level pad for our raised beds. I'm gonna have the kids help me. Evonnie is currently reading. I got a bunch of new stash of library books, so she's all excited about that. But anyway, this is like fun work for me, except especially with like this beautiful temperature and everything, except for the fact that there's so much to do like inside, and spring has already started, and so now there's so much work to do outside, and it's just, I know I'll soon get used to it again. The days are getting longer and all of that, but I feel like as the days get longer, I'm just getting more and more beat, as we say here in Lancaster County, just more and more tired out, just because of all the things that need to happen. So I know I will adjust, and yeah, some things that might just have to wait, might just have to go, might just not be up to par maybe during the summertime. That's why it's good to, like, the less stuff you have, the better, right? And so yeah, I'm glad I decluttered a lot this winter, so hopefully that will help.
takes a lot of dirt to fill these things, and you can buy bags of topsoil or potting soil, but you spend a lot of money. So what I did is just got dirt. I have a pile of dirt up there. I mixed in bags of topsoil conditioner, which is, I don't know what it is, like mushroom soil type stuff. Mix that in, it'll make good growing dirt. But it takes a lot of it. I think it's about 4 wheelbarrow loads
per thing.
per thing.
We're gonna try this out, see if this is a good spot. I know the sun lays in here a lot and herbs do really well back here, but this also, this metal here comes in so many different colors. It came in a tiny box. We were all like a little nervous, like what in the world? How can there be that in there? So we'll see what these are like. We'll have to let you know. I will link them below. Definitely a more affordable option compared to some things. Evonnie got a new big bike. Oh my word, it's so darling. What do you think? She picked it out. I gave her 6 options and this is the one she wanted.
She didn't
Wow.
see it yet. She's up there helping Fletcher right now.
Evonnie, come look. Whee! Gentle, gentle. They love this swing. Are you glad to have it back, Evonnie? Miller doesn't even remember it. Miller, we got this when you were a baby. Maybe some rosemary and oregano, more basil.
Just like this.
Okay, I think I kind of know how I want these things laid out here. I don't know if they're too crowded or not because, you know, they're going to get much bigger. But I thought the basil would need the most sun because the way the sun comes, this will get sun almost the whole day. And then I tried to hide my dill from the sun a little bit so it just gets like morning sun. It's kind of here towards the middle. We'll see. I have such bad luck with dill and we love dill. We make so many refrigerator dill pickles. So we will see. By the way, these 3 big ones came from one greenhouse. And then this little withering one came from a different greenhouse and it's not doing good. So I will remember that for next year. And then down here I have a couple different kinds of peppers. And we have the San Marzano tomatoes that nobody will eat except me. Maybe. We'll see. They might change their minds when they taste a good homemade tomato. Homegrown tomato. Let's get these dug up and put in their holes. Oh my goodness, this ground is so loose. I love it. And no, I'm not going to be doing any cute labels this year. Maybe next year, we'll see. My chives from last year are just thriving. So they lasted. And yes, I should probably take the tops off, but I think they're kind of pretty for the moment. Out. This has been quite the video. What a crazy time of year. Anyway, I will see you guys all next week for a video centered all around hosting on this patio. I'm a little nervous, a little excited. It's gonna be the first time hosting an actual brunch party, sit down affair. I'm so excited to see my Mother's Day present that Josh is building for here. So yeah, we'll see all that together in next week's video. Check out Blueland, use my code. I'll put the QR code right here and it's also down in the description box. That's gonna get you 15% off of your first kit. Thanks so much for being here and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.